3, 4, 5 red lights. And it is lights out, and away we go here. Left here with a decent start. Mega Player, will he have a good start to pull alongside him? Nico looks like he's going to take P2, and he touches Mega Player. And around goes Mega Player after a touch from Nico. Monkey Man Matt up to P3, but Tim Blaish sends it up the inside. Tim Blaish is looking to take P3, and it looks like he does. He's going to go around the outside, but he gets touched by Monkey Man Matt, and it's going to force the Aston fairly wide there. He's going to get demoted back to B4, but now he's going to pull alongside the AlphaTauri down the Wellington straight here. He has a little bit more power, but it looks like the AlphaTauri is ahead at Brooklyn's corner. So left gear still in the lead of the race. Artur Kostrewa up 8 positions as Reshkon falls down to the back of the grid. Focus up to P6, looking to overtake Wukarda potentially. Other than that, Illercon up to P7. Tommy stays in P8, and the Black Mercedes is back up to P16. And Nico now chasing for the race lead, but going really wide there through Chappelle. And I'm not sure if Mega Player is even here. But as we head down the hangar straight, Nico in P2 on the hards. If he can take the race lead here, this could potentially be, it could make him a shoo-in for this race, as Tommy overtakes Lillercon for P7, and Goblin even overtaking the Ferrari as he's into the grass. Left here with the fastest lap of the race, but the Ferrari of Illercon into the grass, and he's going to be down all the way to 17th, and we're not sure if Mega Player is back, but he is now at 17th after overtaking Lillercon, and he's going to have an incredible fight through the grid to go through. And Nico now down the Wellington straight is going to push for left gear. Will the lead of the race change hands? He's not going to use his overtake. He's going to elect not to. They're both on about 60%, and Nico's going to be in P2. But look at this, Monkey Man Matt has caught back up as well. He's going to take a little bit of a tighter line through Brooklyn's there, and he's going to stick with that McLaren. But Tim Blaish also there, focused 1.2 seconds behind at the moment. And Nico still in P2. As it stands, no other changes other than Tommy overtaking Wukarda there as we head down now the Wellington straight. DRS is open next lap. And yes, okay, the stream is working. Sorry about the issues, but I'm not sure what happened as we head into lap 3 now of this race. This lead by left here, very fragile, as Focus, meanwhile, takes the fastest lap of the race, closing his gap to Tim Blaish. And we're going to see the DRS open here on the Wellington straight. And will we see the lead change hands for the first time this race? As look at this DRS train all the way down even to Wukarda. And Nico, is he going to get the rear wing open? Looks like he should. He is, but now he's going to have to fend off an attack from Monkey Man Matt. And down the Wellington straight, left here keeps the lead of the race, but potentially not for long as they thunder through this corner complex here. Left gear 6/10, 5/10 ahead of Nico. Monkey Man Matt 3/10 behind, and Focus looking for a gap to try and overtake Tim Blaish and solidify himself as the World Drivers Champion. Focus at game, heads through Cop's corner there and is closing that gap to the Aston Martin ahead. Could we see a couple of moves down the hangar straight here? Look at this, even Tommy PLR getting himself into the battle. And Nico is going to get that rear wing open, and he's chasing down that Haas, but he's going to be using that overtake, and he doesn't have much left. It's Nico versus left gear, a Hungarian on a Hungarian, 1-2 at the moment. But will the lead change hands? Look at this, Monkey Man Matt getting very close to Nico. Or are these two going to try and work together to fend off the AlphaTauris, as we know that they are the two fastest cars on the grid, fastest drivers on the grid, picking up 80% of the wins so far this season. And Monkey Man Matt, what has happened with Monkey Man Matt? They're really slow through turn 2. That's going to slow Tim Blaish down. I'm not sure if he's trying to back the Aston Martin up into his teammate or not, but that was, he had to brake there, or just lift through turn 1, which is a very unorthodox place to lift. And Germs and Mega Player fighting. No, Mega Player, once again, he's going to fall down to 19th. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like a spin on the exit of turn 1. And it goes from bad to worse for Mega Player, as he's down now to P19. No points in the last race after a DNF. Hopefully he doesn't continue this streak of no points. As left gear goes wide there, that looks like it's going to be a warning for the Haas. Of course, 3 warnings is 3-second time penalty here. And Nico getting very close to left gear. He's almost even dropped Monkey Man Matt by half a second. So will Nico try and make a move on left gear here? It looks inevitable. Will the race change hands? And the race lead does. And what a move by Nico. And just completely blowing by the Haas there on the hanger straight, as Tim Blaish and Focus at game scrap it out. Will Focus send it up the inside into Vale? No, he doesn't. While Goblin and Wukarda also scrapping there, as Nico makes a bit of a mistake there, losing the rear wing, and left gear touches the back of that McLaren. Hopefully no damage for the Haas. And look at this, Tim Blaish up into P3 on the pit straight, but he's going to go really wide there. That's going to be another warning. And Monkey Man Matt re-overtakes Tim Blaish into turn 3, and Tim Blaish just too fast for himself even, but this could mean good things for left gear and Nico, as these two are still battling it out. Look at this Focus around the outside of turn 5, but Tim Blaish is going to get that rear wing open. But left gear is going to make a move into turn 6. Left gear, you betcha he does. And that Haas retakes the lead of the race. And Nico potentially with the switchback here, but he's going to stay behind the Haas now, and they're just going to trade DRS, it seems. Look at this Monkey Man Matt now in the battle, but Focus and Tim Blaish in a battle of their own at the moment. The gap less than 2/10 there. Monkey Man Matt only half a second off the leader, which is left gear at the moment. But now Focus, yeah, so you can just see that that train is really slowing down everyone. The gap from P1 to P7 is 2 seconds, which 6 laps now almost into the race is absolutely incredible. And Nico with another overtake, but it's going to be a double overtake, and left gear falls down to P3, and Nico down to P2. Now Monkey Man Matt takes the lead of the race, and heading into lap 6, it's going to be an AlphaTauri who crosses the line first. And Focus at game overtakes left gear too. Left gear down to P4. He's going to stay side by side with Focus through the last turn there, but unable to hold on to his position. The man who sat on pole has now fallen down to P4, but Focus makes a mistake. Left gear is going to try up the inside into turn 3, and he's going to retake P3, it seems, unless Focus can nudge it up the inside, but he does. And Focus at game retakes P3. Left gear is going to get that rear wing open, but so is Focus at game, and Nico has now fallen over a second behind to Monkey Man Matt, who is pulled out of DRS in less than a lap. Goblin picks up 3 seconds, so unlucky for the Williams driver. That penalty is going to hurt him through this race. And these drivers are starting to get spaced out now as we progress with this race. Left gear still fighting for P3, as Tim Blaish now picks up a 3-second time penalty. And if I had to bet, I'd say left gear is on 2 warnings right about now, so he's gonna have to be nice and cautious through these next couple of laps here, and he's gonna get the rear wing open. Focus does not. Is he gonna try a move into Stowe? And he does pull alongside the AlphaTauri, but elects not to. And Tim Blaish now close behind, and Nico, look at this, he's caught up nicely to Monkey Man Matt. The gap diminished to 7, now 0.8 of a second. So if he continues this, he's gonna be in the DRS, while Focus is currently not. At 1.1, it may be worthwhile for Monkey Man Matt now to slow Nico down and back him up into his teammate, and Nico into turn 3 there, almost losing the back of the car. Very reminiscent of an earlier incident by Tommy, and his Focus can actually get the rear wing open here. Will left gear? No, he doesn't, just about, but because of that little lockup into turn 3, I thought that Focus might just be able to get the rear wing open. And look at this, Wukarda overtaking Goblin. Almost too wide through Brooklands there, as the Alpine moves up to P6, P5 after the penalties. And will Goblin try to get back at him here? The rest of the grid, no real shuffling around in the back. I mean, Arthur moved up a position from P12 where he was at a couple laps ago. Yep, there it is, left gear with 3 seconds. So Ricardo now into even P4 after the time penalties are added on. Oh, Goblin almost threw Chappelle there, trying the move. And Shokrime in P12, no one, he's in no man's land. Lilurcon is in no man's land. Actually, Mega Player fighting Dr. Robot at the moment. Let's take a look at this as Lilurcon picks up a 3-second time penalty. Mega Player, who is down in P19 now, back up to 15th, but very best, at the very best, I think it's going to be low points for him. And Mega Player is going to get the rear wing open here, down the hanger straight. Here comes the Alfa Romeo with that Red Bull right behind him. He's going to have to make a move now through Stowe. He's going to pick the outside line, and he is going to pass the Aston Martin of Dr. Robot. A solid move from Mega Player. Now, Illercon, 7 seconds, 6 seconds up the road. It's going to be an uphill battle for the Alfa Romeo. And look at this, Breshko now fighting for P15 with Dr. Robot. And in the better car on the straights, Reshkone could potentially be in to try and make an overtake on the Aston down the Wellington straight. He's going to go a bit wide through 3 and very cautious through 4 as the Dr. Robot goes really wide there. And Reshkone is going to get the better exit here now down the Wellington straight. But he is going to get the rear wing open using overtake. The Red Bull is going to try and pull alongside. And Tommy with a 5-second time penalty for a collision with King Mural. Reshkone unable to capitalize there. Now left here fighting with Tim Blaish. Let's look at this. Tim Blaish had his nose ahead there for a second as they head through Max and Beckett's out. Both of them on a 3-second time penalty now. And I think left gear, left gear is way out of DRS range here. And now Tim Blaish could demote left gear to P5. The gap less than 0.3 of a second. But Tim Blaish just not going to have enough space to overtake left gear, just running out of road there at the end. And the top 3 now very close together as we head into lap 9. Both of them within 0.4 of the other. Both of them in DRS range. And Monkey Man Matt is going to be the big loser here down the Wellington straight as he's going to have no one to siphon DRS off. And we could even see another double overtake like we did with left gear. And Nico through 3. He's going to have to capitalize a good exit out of 4, which he has not done. And he's falling back now 0.5 to Monkey Man Matt. Of course, he's going to get the rear wing open and he's going to pull away from focus a bit. And will that McLaren actually be fast enough? No, it isn't, but he's going to force Monkey Man Matt to go a little deeper into the corner than maybe he wanted him to. And he's just piling the pressure on at the moment. I don't even think he wants to be in the lead of the race. 8 laps of these tires. Of course, Nico on the hard, so he's going to have the tire advantage after the set of stops. And Dr. Robot and Reshkone actually fighting. Let's take a look at this. Tommy is going to try and what's happened here? Arthur Costrewa up to P8, and Tommy's going to run off the road. But same with LeGoat James. 3 seconds of time penalty for him. Same thing with Tommy. And now Arthur Costrewa is going to capitalize on not having a penalty here. And as they head down the hanger straight here, Tommy's going to get a great exit. Look at this. He's going to make an easy move up to P8. Will LeGoat James be able to get to the Alfa Romeo as well? And he almost does. But he's going to stick to P10 for now. And Mega Player, what has happened to him? Again, he's now down to P15. He's going to re-overtake Dr. Robot and potentially even Reshkone down this main straight. But no, he's just fighting with some of the back markers here. And Arthur Costrewa down to P10 now. He's going to box the first soft runner to box onto probably the hards here. 17 lap stint on hards after 9 laps on mediums. Let's see. It is going to be the hards. Yep. So the softs served Arthur Costrewa well. He moved up 12 positions from the start. But now they have fallen off. He's going to elect to go for the hards. And this could be a big strategy win for Alfa Romeo here as the black Mercedes overtakes. Oh, I thought that was Mega Player. My bad. I just see that Alfa Romeo symbol and I think of Mega Player immediately. So yeah, so these guys have started to get more and more spread out now. Sorry, only the top 3 really. And Nico, I still don't think Nico wants to lead the race, but he may go for a move down the hanger straight here. He's very close. Yeah, no, but just easing off the gas there on the exit of Chappelle. So I don't think he wants to be in the lead here, but he's gaining on Monkey Man Matt at the moment. He's going to gain another 10th down that straight. You know how fast that McLaren is, and he's just going to be happy with this P2 at the moment. He's going to sit behind Monkey Man Matt. He's going to wait for the round of pit stops to commence. He's going to try and get some good laps in on the hards with no one in front of him. And, I mean, yeah, this is still anyone's race at the moment. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to commentator's curse, but I genuinely think this is still anyone's race. And left here goes into the pits. That's very early for a medium runner. Is he going to have to get his wing replaced? Doesn't look like it. So he's just going to go for a mega overcut here on lap 10. 16 laps on the hearts to come for the Haas. And he's going to come out of the pits. Is he going to be ahead of Mega Player? Yes, he's going to be behind him. He's going to be behind Reshkone. And it's going to be close. It's going to be tight with the black Mercedes, but I think he's going to just about be ahead as the Ferrari comes through turn 1. Yep, it's going to be P14 for left here, but he's going to have a massive tire advantage now. And he's going to try to fight through the grid as Mega Player has dropped Reshkone now. But 10 seconds to Lillercon, which was 6 just a couple laps ago. And he's getting close to the points positions, but to remind you, his teammate and left here are both on merit ahead of him because of the pit stops that have been served. So Mega Player is really a net P13. And look at this left gear just putting some temperature into the tires and already pushing on. 1.4 is the gap to Dr. Robot ahead, who's fighting Reshkone now, potentially through Cobb's corner. He's going to force the Red Bull to go wide there. That's definitely going to be a penalty. Is there a yellow flag? What has happened? Yellow's in sector 3. That was one of the top couple of cars. Oh no, that's the Alpine of Matt Missile getting lapped as King Mural sets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Tim Blaish may complain. And there it is, a safety car. So that's actually going to suit the medium runners brilliantly. That's come at a perfect time for Monkey Man Matt. I mean, yes, you can pull out 14 laps on the mediums, which would be about 12 race laps here. So Nico, I don't think Nico should be too devastated, but this is going to come perfectly for the medium runners. I'm not sure why at all, as a couple of the guys that hadn't passed the pit lane yet pile into the pits. Monkey Man Matt in the lead of the race. Let's see if these three elect to box. I mean, if I'm Nico right now, I'm boxing for the mediums no matter what. I think this may actually even help Nico a bit. Because think about it, the medium runners are going to be undercutting Nico. And then if Nico comes out on the mediums in a bit of traffic, like around Tim Blaish or Goblin or Ricarda, but now he's going to come out in P2 if everyone boxes. So this could have been a blessing in disguise for Nico. And we're going to head into lap 13. So that would mean 14 laps on the mediums. The safety car is going to be at least out for 1, if not 2 laps. So that's 12 or 13 race laps on the mediums. Definitely doable. And let's see them. Are they going to start to file into the pits? Yes, they are. So the top 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all going to come into the pits now. I don't know if anyone has a 5-second time penalty to serve, but they can do it now. As Tim Blaish, with a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Focus, could potentially get that removed or even served right now. Actually, I'm not sure what's going to happen. In the meanwhile, I will be right back. I got to spread the link to those who want to watch. And wait a minute, Nico comes out in the lead of the race, and Monkey Man Matt goes onto the softs. Monkey Man Matt goes onto the softs. What is he doing? And Nico, I think because of the double stack, the AlphaTauri double stacker, I don't know who's, I think Williams is ahead. Yeah, I think because of the Williams double stack. Because listen, under the safety car, Williams, it's impossible to double stack. Because if Williams double stack, they're the last pit box. and that means they're going to slow everyone else down because they literally can't get out of the pits. So that's why Goblin's now up to P4. Reshcon with a drive-through penalty for speeding on their safety car. Legault James up to P8. So Williams with a huge advantage here, and I think Williams is 10, and AlphaTauri are 9. So I think Williams blocked AlphaTauri, and now they've gifted Nico to lead the race. Of course, we should expect to see Monkey Man Matt to take back the lead of the race. But those softs are, I'm telling you, they are not lasting 13 laps. I mean, those are going to be on 70, 75% by the end of the race. And I'm not sure what Monkey Man Matt was thinking. Now let's take a look at the race director. So this is where it gets interesting. Mega Player, let's see, Nico. Does Nico have any track limits warnings? They say a lot of these on lap 6. So we're looking for a McLaren here. Nico does not have any track limits warnings. Focus has 5 seconds for Tim Blaish, but I think that will probably be removed. Yeah, so neither of the two frontrunners, or the three frontrunners, neither of the three frontrunners have a penalty or have a warning other than Focus with that 5 seconds. But of course, that will probably be removed. So is the safety car going to be coming in this lap, or will it stay at one more lap? I think Nico is praying that it stays at one more lap, but it looks like everyone is just about bunched up now. So, yep, I think there it comes. Here comes the announcement. Safety car is in this lap. Safety car is in this lap, and Nico will be the one to restart it, but I think all eyes on Monkey Man Matt on those softs. Will he be able to take the position back? And Nico catching him out. A good start from the McLaren. Tim Blaish as well falling back. So big gaps there. Left here up to P5. Goblin's going to make a move on Tim Blaish. Through turn 1, he's going to cut a bit of the track there. But it looks like he's going to take P4. While Focus down to P5. Now left here down to P6. Goblin, good move side by side with the AlphaTauri. Monkey Man Matt still have a second behind. Let's take a look at this. Can left here potentially get back at Focus at game? These three really close together here, but Focus is going to get a nice little slipstream from the Williams. Yellow flags back in sector 1. That's going to be Matt Missile, or no, it's going to be Germs down at the back in the Red Bull. So not great for him at all. Mega Player, meanwhile, up to P11. And Showcrime in the points positions, up to P9. Matt Missile with a 5-second time penalty for ignoring blue flags. And why is Wukarda going slow? Or that's not Wukarda. Jesus Christ. These Alpines are just confusing me. I'm thinking of Monkey Man Matt every time I say Matt Missile. And, yeah, Matt Missile has just been lapped, so he's going to let everyone else sort of by. Mega Player back up into the points positions, by the way. He's going to take P10. And look at this. The Monkey Man Matt, maybe those softs not working as well as he may have intended, while Nico has now pulled out 0.7 of a second, but he's lost quite a bit of that through Vale. And look at this, Tim Blaish with the fastest lap now on the hard. So Tim Blaish actually charging now with a Reshcombe with a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So just trying to serve that drive-through, I think, and just been screwed over. Nico going really wide through 3 there. And Tim Blaish, these hards are really something else for Tim Blaish. I mean, we saw him set a time in qualifying on the hards that I think even at the end of the session would have been enough for the top 10, if not top 15. And he's just charging through the pack, leaving Goblin and Focus at game behind. And these two still fighting. The gap less than 0.2 of a second between these two. Mega Player and Showcrime also potentially fighting. Let's take a look at this. Mega Player trying it up the inside through Brooklyn's there on the McLaren. He's going to get a bit of a run here down the old pit straight. Mega Player around the outside of Showcrime in an unorthodox place to overtake. Mega Player makes the move. Great move on Showcrime. And the Alfa Romeo will take P9. Showcrime occupying now the last points position. Will he try and get back on the hanger straight here? Doesn't look like he's going to have enough on the Alfa Romeo. He's gaining quite a bit, actually. But, yeah, no, it just won't be enough. And let's take a look at some of the other battles happening near the front of the pack. While Goblin now still trying to put the pressure on Focus. And Focus with no DRS ahead could now be incredibly vulnerable to the Williams behind. Matt Missile with a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. We know the speed of the Williams down the straights here. And Goblin doing a great job of staying with the WC leader. As Goblin heading through 4 there. Going to have a good exit. And he's going to prioritize it. No, Focus with a better exit. He's going to prioritize the speed down the straight. But he's not going to use the overtake. He is going to get that rear wing open, though. And he is going to make up a substantial amount of time on the AlphaTauri, but just not enough. I think Focus probably was using his overtake there. They're both on about 20%. I think Goblin with a little bit less than Focus. 0.4 is the gap, and you can see even down this old pit straight, he's gained almost 1/10 on the car ahead, but he's going to have to lift off there not to get another time penalty, because that corner, Cop's corner, can be really devastating. 4 time penalties here, and the gap actually to Monkey Man Matt is less than 0.2 of a second. So will we see? Yep, Monkey Man Matt for the first time after the safety car now has re-overtaken Nico, and he's going to take the lead of the race. But I think it's only a matter of time until those softs fall off. And if Nico can stay in DRS there and just sort of drop Tim Blaish, I think it could just be these two in contention for the race win. But Monkey Man Matt has done a great job at dropping Nico. And look at this, the gap already 0.9. So those softs are still helping him out. Now 3 and 4 are going to be important. Nico chooses a narrow line compared to Monkey Man Matt, but I don't think he's going to get his rear wing open. Monkey Man Matt with a bit of an error on the exit of 4. Is Nico going to get his rear wing open? He does just about. And look at that, he's going to gain back on the AlphaTauri, and the gap's now back down to 0.6 of a second. But Monkey Man Matt is going to have to try to get as far away as possible from the McLaren while he still can. And Tim Blaish is just trying to hang on to that 1 second, but it's proving fairly hard for him. Same thing with Focus. And now with left gear behind, left gear overtaking Goblin, he's going to have another go at Focus. They battled earlier this race. And Tommy PLR fighting Wukarda as well. Mega Player slowly but surely catching up to those two. And Nico, I don't think he's going to get the rear wing open. Oh no, he just about did. And these margins are getting smaller and smaller. Nico electing not to use any overtake. Monkey Man Matt is out of overtake. He has only 10%. And Nico back down to 6/10. So these little margins on the DRS straights are just hurting Monkey Man Matt. And how much longer can he try and keep evading this McLaren for how many more laps until those softs just sort of give up? And no other real battles happening at the moment. Couple of cars within DRS lengths of each other, but no one as close as these two, and no one with as much at stake as these two. And now the gap less than 7/10 for the first time in 2 laps, less than 6/10 on the straight. Will Nico try and make a move down the Wellington straight? He's shrinking the gap to the AlphaTauri ahead, but he's going to stay behind, and I think rightfully so, as yellow flags in Sector 3. Is that left gear? No, that's King Murul, who falls down to P19 now, and it's going to get worse for the Haas there. He gets overtaken by Reshkon in Perfection, and he'll find himself near the back of the grid. And Nico getting very close now to Monkey Man Matt. Through Copse Corner they go, and Monkey Man Matt with a bit of a better exit through there. But oh, King Murul has retired, but it's in the pits, so I don't think it's going to be a call for a safety car. Nico through Maggots and Beckett's just still losing out a bit of time. You can see those softs still just about have it, but they should be on around 30-35% now. And here comes Nico down the hanger straight. He's going to choose the outside line, and Monkey Man Matt's going to go a bit deep through the corner, but he's going to hold on to that position. And now will he send it up the inside of Vale? No, he doesn't, but he's putting the pressure on Monkey Man Matt. But he also knows that he's going to have to get past sooner or later. Otherwise, Tim Blaish is going to get right back in DRS range, and Focus is now in Tim Blaish's DRS range as well. So Nico has a target at hand, has a job to do, and that Alpine, no, it's King Murul getting lapped as he comes out of the pits for whatever reason, even though he retired in the pits. And Nico now trying to make a move. Will Tim Blaish get his rear wing open? He does, but he's just too far back. It's just going to help him defend Focus for now. 6.5 laps remaining of this Grand Prix, and Nico still within 3/10 of Monkey Man Matt. Those tires now on about 40% for Monkey Man Matt. So we could even see potentially a puncture wash for the AlphaTauri here, as Nico gaining time now. These are the mediums' time to shine. This is where these mediums are going to come in into good shape around laps 6 and 7, while the softs fall out of favor. But you can still see that Monkey Man Matt likes his chances through that corner complex, while Nico doesn't as much. And Tim Blaish putting the pressure on. Will Nico try it around the outside again? He's going to try maybe a switchback here, but Monkey Man Matt just better on the braking zone, and maybe a warning for the AlphaTauri there for track infringement at Stowe. But look at this now. Tim Blaish has caught up, and this has now become a 4-car battle, though Monkey Man Matt and Nico the only ones without penalties, and I think the only two that are really in it to win it at the moment, unless Focus gets his 5 seconds removed, while Tim Blaish picks up another 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and Focus overtakes him. Tim Blaish is out of the session. Will there be a safety car, as now Tim Blaish has DNF'd? And you can see there, oh, and he's almost come back onto the pit, so I'm not sure if he's DNF'd or he's just retired. But Nico is going to go around the outside into turn 6. Nico tries to retake the lead of the race. Monkey Man Matt is having none of it, though. And Monkey Man Matt stays ahead for another corner. And I thought Nico was almost a full car length ahead of the AlphaTauri there, but clearly not. And look at this, down the pit straight here, through Copse Corners. These are critical corners for this Grand Prix, and Nico really getting close to that rear end of that AlphaTauri. I thought he'd taken back the lead of the race, but apparently not. And Monkey Man Matt still holding him up. Look at how close Focus is getting now, but now Nico very close. He's gonna use that overtake. Monkey Man Matt does not have as much, and here down the hanger straight they go, side by side, but it's Nico who's gonna come out ahead, and not enough room for Monkey Man Matt to try and make another lunge, and Nico retakes the lead of the Grand Prix. Focus is gonna be begging his teammate to let him by, but I'm not sure if that's going to be in Monkey Man Matt's game plan. And now Nico's going to have to try and get as far out as possible, build up a gap to Monkey Man Matt, and look at how much more ERS he has as well, and the gap is already starting to form. 0.4 of a second, lap 22 now of 26, and Monkey Man Matt, these tires are now surely close to 50%, if not at least 45, but Monkey Man Matt still trailing that McLaren very closely as they head down the Wellington Straight. He's going to get that rear wing open, but now his biggest threat is going to be his teammate, who's going to try and overtake him. Monkey Man Matt just unable to make up any ground. Nico with a lot more ERS saved as they head through Brooklands there. Nico with a bit of a wacky line, but it looks like he's going to get a better exit onto the old pit straight. And with 4 laps to go in this race, Nico is pulling away. The gap is now 0.6 to the McLaren, and Focus is now looking for an opportunity to get past as well. The gap to his teammate, 0.4, and I think both of them gone wide there, if not at least Monkey Man Matt in desperation there, trying to extend the track as much as possible. Ricardo with a 3-second time penalty, and I mean, I thought it was one of the AlphaTauris who was about to get one. As we head down now the Hangar Straight, will Focus try and send one on his teammate. Monkey Man Matt gaining, but he'll only gain about a tenth and a half down this straight, and Focus at game now in the prime of the hards on laps 9 and 10. He's going to have the better tires, but still Nico, I think, has the slight tire advantage. Those softs are now gone off a cliff for Monkey Man Matt, and he's just going to have to worry about getting to the end. No one has any fuel woes at the moment, and Monkey Man Matt has closed down the gap a little bit to 0.4, but can he stay with him through 3 and 4 onto the exit of the Wellington Straight? And it looks like he has stayed with the McLaren quite a bit, but a good exit from Nico should guarantee him another corner at least of being in the lead, unless Monkey Man Matt can send a lunge. We know how good he is on the brakes. Very Daniel Ricciardo-esque, his overtakes that we've seen so far this season, but at the moment unable to do anything through Brooklands, and very Daniel Ricciardo-esque. The two teams that Daniel Ricciardo has most recently drove for, AlphaTauri and McLaren, in the lead or in the race win contention there. And I think Nico just about maybe grazed track limits there. I won't spend too much time trying to open up the race director there. I don't want to miss an overtake, but this could be huge. And Focus, Monkey Man Matt, both going to get their rear wings open, but Monkey Man Matt with a worse exit out of Chappelle. And look at this, Focus is going to try it around the outside of his teammate through Stowe, too wide, and he's going to get pushed off by his teammate. But Focus is going to take the lead, or not the lead, he's going to take P2 from his teammate. Of course, he has that 5-second time penalty, but I'm sure he will be appealing to try and remove that. 3 laps left of this Grand Prix, and 7/10 is the gap to Nico. Nico on 11 lap old mediums, Focus on 11 lap hards. There's going to be a caution in sector 1 there. I think Mega Player's up to P7. Is that Goblin? I think, yes, that's Goblin, who's now been overtaken by his teammate, and looks like he may get overtaken by Lillercon too, as he just had an incident on the exit of that last corner there onto the start-finish straight. And Focus, again, look at this, unable to gain so much time on Nico that would be meaningful. Really, he gained about 0.2 down that straight, but that just won't be enough if he wants to get past the McLaren here. 24 of 26 laps, and Nico still in the lead. This has been certainly his best performance so far, and Monkey Man Matt now falling back, but left gear just absolutely too far behind to even consider P4. Monkey Man Matt is just going to have to try and stay in his teammate's DRS, try and pick up that P2 eventual P3. And look at this, Focus piling the pressure on. Can he overtake Nico on the straight? I'm not sure why Nico isn't using any overtake. And Focus that game. Here he comes up the inside of Stowe, and he's going to take the lead of the Grand Prix for the first time this race. It's going to be Focus who leads, and no longer Monkey Man Matt, the second of the AlphaTauris that has taken the lead. Yellow's in sector 2 there. That's going to be a Ferrari. That's Lillercon, who's down to P12. Dr. Robot moves up to P11. And Nico now with a fair bit more ERS and 2 laps remaining of this race. It is still anyone's race to win, and now it's Focus's race to lose as they head on to the Wellington Straight here. Nico trailing that AlphaTauri behind. He's going to use his overtake, or no, he isn't. I'm not sure why Nico isn't electing not to use his overtake. He's going to get his rear wing open, though. He's going to make up some time on the Wellington straight, but he's going to elect not to go for a move yet. I think he wants to wait for the hanger straight, but this could have been a mistake from Nico. Now, look at this. He's fallen behind a bit. 6/10 is the gap, and he's going to use the overtake now. I think he has a bit of an advantage through Kops and through Maggots and Beckett's here, and yes, he's made up that time now. Nico pushing on to Focus. The gap is 4/10, or maybe he's even waiting for the last lap to overtake it. This is definitely going to be drama on lap 26. And let's go to penalties. I don't know. No, yeah, Focus only has that 5 seconds that was in the pits. And can Monkey Man Matt try and potentially solidify this one for his teammate? Nico now up the inside of the hanger straight. What a lunge. 6/10 back at the start of the straight, and now in the lead of the race. And Nico heading into lap 26, and Monkey Man Matt up the inside of his teammate, and the two AlphaTauris are battling. Monkey Man Matt trying to take P2, and that lunge by Monkey Man Matt could have just won Nico the Grand Prix. Focus will not be happy. Their team principal will not be happy at that move. The gap 5.5 tenths now as they head onto the Wellington straight on the last lap. Nico in the lead. He has the tire advantage. He has the ERS advantage. He's going to use a bit. Focus is going to elect not to. He's using a little bit. He's going to stay 4/10 behind the McLaren, and the hanger straight, I think, will decide who wins the Grand Prix and who will have to suffice for P2. And look at that. I think they're about to lap perfection. Yeah, they are. So could potentially the Mercedes give Nico DRS? If the Mercedes gives Nico DRS, he could win the Grand Prix off of that alone. Look at this. Focus is coming close there. Will Nico get close enough to the Mercedes? I think he will. I think Nico is going to get DRS, and he's going to go past the McLaren here, and he's going to get the rear wing open, and Nico still in the lead of the race. Look at this. Focus behind, but look at that. They both have the rear wing open. Focus is going to try it around the outside. Will he take the lead in the Grand Prix? He does. Nico down to B2. Will he go for a move into Vale? Potentially a switchback. Or will Focus win? And Focus somehow has made that move work. Focus that game is going to win on track. Nico is going to take the win of the Grand Prix. And it's now going to be all up to whether Focus can remove that 5-second time penalty. Tommy takes P4, Left Gear P5, Mega Player P6, Wukarda 7, Legoat James 8, Goblin 9, but actually he's got 9 seconds of penalties, so Dr. Robot is going to take P9, and that's going to be big for him in the race. For P15, he's going to jump ahead of Showcrime as Arthur Castrewa takes P10, Goblin down to 11th, Black Mercedes 12th, Lillercon 13th, Showcrime P14, Reshgon P15, Germs P16, and Perfection and Matt Missile have been lapped. They will take 17th and 18th, while Tim Blaish and King Mural DNF. What an end to the race. And my voice is just gone there. Focus again on the last lap. We saw him last race as well salvage the race victory, and it was almost Perfection who had gifted the win to Nico, but somehow Focus was able to fathom a move about Stowe, and wow, Nico almost winning that Grand Prix, but I think, I'm fairly sure Focus will get the lead of the Grand Prix, but an incredible effort by Nico, my driver of the day for sure. And he can enjoy his celebrations now. 2 AlphaTauris on the podium anyhow. But it looks like it will be the Flying Finn who picks up a 5th victory this race. And while Nico may be in to win here at Britain, Focus is still your world champion. And AlphaTauri, ladies and gentlemen, are your world drivers champions, picking up 40 points this week. Monkey Man Matt picked up the fastest lap, so 41 points this week will put him at 191. Alfa Romeo only able to pick up 9, will put them at 86 and out of contention. Mercedes will pick up 12 and put them at 61, while McLaren will pick up 18 and put them at 64. So it's going to be a big race for P2 anyhow. And Tommy picking up 12 points, that will put him at 71 points. Mega Player picks up 8, that'll put him at 61 points. And Nico will pick up 18 points, that will put him at 57. Monkey Man Matt picking up 15 points, that'll put him on 51. And Wukarda picking up 6 points, that'll put him on 36. So I think he's going to be out of the race for P2. But that P2 race is going to be really a 3-4 car battle. And the race for P15 is on. Dr. Robot, after picking up 2 points, will jump ahead of Show Prime with 8 points to his 7. Thank you everyone for watching. Sorry about that interruption earlier in the race. And come back for next week, OFR, the final race, the final showdown at Canada at the Gilles Villeneuve circuit. Same time, same place, same person. You know